Now compare my thimble full of knowledge in the 400 meters to Sonia Richard-Ross' wash tub full of knowledge in this event. Women's long sprints, the 400 meters.
And this is the Olympic champion here. Marileidy Paulino out in lane 8 was Alexis Holmes. Another great field assembled for the long sprints.
Got a rubber match because here's Salwa Nasir, who won in Kingston and then was second in Miami.
She ran 48.6 in Kingston early season. That was just mind-blowing. But so have been a lot of the performances here at Grand Slam. This is Nikisha Price, the NCAA champion while at Arkansas. She's just in her debut season as a professional athlete, so it's going to take her a little time to get back to form, but she's still someone to watch.
Lane 4, Livia Nilsson. We already saw her sister run. She's 3 times a British champ at this distance, twice outdoor and once indoor.
This is Isabella Whitaker. Went to school here at UPenn, had a phenomenal indoor season, broke the NCAA record. She ran 49.24 indoors. If that's indicative of what she's gonna do, she's ready to do something special here outdoor.
She came back and said, they already gave my locker away. She's like, I left and my parents changed my room.
That's how it goes.
Like, wait, how does that happen? Charlene Maudsley from Ireland, 50.71 she ran in the Olympic Games in Paris.
This is Jessica Gabai from Philly, competes for the Ivory Coast. 2024 African champion at 200 meters and has their record in the 300 and 400 as well.
Set.
Paulino with Nail Nasser. Just Paulino following Alexis Holmes, who starts quickly if she often does down the back straight or into the back straight. Alexis Holmes with a good lead at the moment, you would say that, very early in this 400 meters. And Paulino just feeling that Nasser has moved up, so is Nikisha Price. Then a bit of a gap to the other athletes. Nielsen right in the middle in lane 4. This is going to be close, this one. Look at Nasser, she's taking it to her. It's going to lead through 300 meters. As they come up this long, long bend, Nasser's half a meter. Paulino starting to pull her back. Nikisha Price still going well. Paulino almost looks as though she changes gear. And Paulino finds an extra gear, and off she goes. Paulino takes the win. 49.12. That was awesome. That was a guy, excuse me, an athlete who is Nasser's in the wrong lane.
Oh, wow. She is definitely in the wrong lane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that a DQ?
Well,
because she's not inhibiting.
Not at this point. It's if she, where did she move into lane 4?
It looked like just in the straightaway. If she did it in the straightaway, I think she's okay because she's not inhibiting.
If she does it in the straightaway and she doesn't inhibit the other athlete, she should be okay.
Right. Now, if there was an advantage gained on the turn in any way.
Have you ever seen one of those big train junctions where all the lines cross and you're never quite sure how they...
Yeah.
Well, I think the signals hadn't been set properly here. She...
Well, Paulino was in her lane.
Yeah, we're just double checking. We haven't seen a DQ yet, and I don't expect we will see one. I don't know if that ever happened to MJ. Switch lanes in the home straight. Good spot, Carrie.
Very good spot.
12 points for Paulino. 5, which would be a shame. She's been a brilliant athlete her whole career and would be, or is enjoying being part of Grand Slam. Sian Salmon, decent draw for her in 7 here. She was 6th in the hurdle event. Just need to judge this right, the athletes. I think Sydney will certainly be able to do that. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, done this so many times. Such a great exponent over all the sprints, never mind with there's hurdles in the way. Rochelle Clayton, 32-year-old Jamaican, has run a flat 400 already this year in a fairly swift 52.3 thereabouts. Not too far off that personal best you can see in the caption. Adrianette Knight, her teammate, similarly indoors for her though, 52.8. Normally you run quicker outdoors than indoors. So this is Peters of the Netherlands, a big part of the Dutch very successful 4x4 and mixed 4x4 squad that does so well at Olympics and Worlds. And then Cassandra Tate of the USA on the inside. Just might find the others moving away from her here, particularly I think with Peters in the lane 3. Just got held a little bit longer by the starter there, but they're away and gone. McLaughlin-Levrone already making ground, and we've just had a pull-up from Rochelle Clayton, who's pulled up in the first 100 meters, maybe trying to hang on to the American, who knows. Going very quickly, Cassandra Tate, right on the inside, has started exceptionally quickly through the first 200 meters, but it's McLaughlin-Levrone out in lane 6, smoothly making their way around the top bend. Cassandra Tate, right on the inside, has run an excellent first 300, but is she going to pay for that as they come into the wind in the home straight? Sydney out on her own as we expected it to be, then it's going to be a real scrap for the minor places behind her. Tate is just starting to tread water in the home straight there, but it's Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone who's going to come through to make it 2 wins in the women's long hurdles. It's 50.32. Knight just took second place. It was tough out there. The wind was never going to make that easy, but the victory was never really in doubt. It was just a case of how quick and by how far. Well, the answer was almost 2 seconds, which in the 400 meters is a long, long way. It has to be said, though, that Knight has run her season's best, and Dalila Muhammad in the 52-second mark. But there's our winner. There's our slam winner, our final slam winner of the first Grand Slam track. As we said, if you're going to run that quick for 400 hurdles, of course you can run quick on the flat.
Yeah, being able to run 48 seconds in the flat 4 as a 4 hurdler is unheard of. She ran 22 seconds into a headwind in the 200 last season. So speed-wise, she's not even comparable to some of these women out here. So I think she may even surprise us later on in the year and say, look, I'm going to go to the World Championships to run the 4.
Or maybe the 800.
I don't know about that.
I would love to see her run an 800 or 2, but I don't know if she wants to.
But I mean, really, just going through the motions here and just securing the money, you know, it's an easy 400,000 for her if she goes through all 4 and dominates the way she's doing. But if she wants to really test herself and test some of the other competitors and show what she can do in other events, she's gonna jump in that long sprints and go against some of those other women in that 4 and that deuce.
Well, MJ enjoyed it. You may hear the party's already started here in the stadium. There was a big win that Cassandra Tate went through the first 300 meters. She must have only been about 4 or 5 meters behind her, but look where she finished in the end.
The 2 races, the women's 400 meters at Grand Slam Track Philadelphia and the women's 400-meter hurdles at Grand Slam Track Kingston, offered a fascinating contrast in dominance, racing philosophy, and competitive depth, while together illustrating the current landscape of elite women's long sprints. In Philadelphia, the flat 400 meters unfolded as a tactical and highly competitive battle. Marileidy Paulino delivered another masterclass in control, stopping the clock at 49.12. Rather than relying on raw aggression, Paulino executed a measured race, staying relaxed through the opening half before gradually asserting authority on the back straight and bend. Her strength lay in efficiency, flawless mechanics, controlled cadence, and an unshakable rhythm that allowed her to finish powerfully without visible strain. This performance reinforced why she is widely regarded as the most consistent flat 400-meter runner in the world. Behind her, the pressure was real. Sawaid Nazar attacked the race with trademark intensity, blazing through the first half in an attempt to break the field early. Her 49.47 confirmed her elite speed, but the final 100 meters exposed the fine margins at this level, where endurance and control become decisive. Nikki Shaw-Price claimed third in 50.04, continuing her steady rise with a composed, technically polished run. The depth of the field meant that even strong American performances were not enough to reach the podium, highlighting how unforgiving the flat 400 currently is. In contrast, the Kingston race told a very different story. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone produced a performance defined not by tension or tactical nuance, but by outright supremacy. Competing in the 400-meter hurdles, McLaughlin-Levrone clocked 50.32 despite challenging wind conditions, sealing her second victory of the weekend after already winning the flat 400. From the opening stride, she raced in her own category, smooth, powerful, and technically flawless over the barriers. There was no visible struggle for control, no late race threat, only distance growing between her and the rest of the field. When compared directly, these two races underline a key distinction in today's women's long sprints. The flat 400 meters is defined by parity, strategy, and relentless pressure, where even the best, like Paulino, must execute perfectly to win. The 400-meter hurdles, however, currently revolve around one central figure. McLaughlin-Levrone is not merely winning. She is redefining expectations, competing against the clock more than her rivals. Together, these performances show two paths to greatness: Paulino's calm precision in a stacked field, and McLaughlin-Levrone's overwhelming dominance in her signature event. Both are exceptional, but they dominate in fundamentally different ways. One through control under pressure, the other through absolute command.